Yo, what's good guys? Before I start today's video, I have a few little announcements that I would like to make, and one of them being a very exciting thing that's coming to the channel very, very soon. Actually, I think you guys might be able to see it. Depending on how many videos I make this week, you guys will see it on Thursday or Friday. But we'll be picking up a brand new car for the channel. And yes, a few times I have sort of gone on Instagram and gone, I'm getting 2 new cars for the channel when it was actually just RC cars. This one is actually a legit car. Like, it's got 4 wheels. You can register it even though I won't. It's got a few little things that I'm gonna be doing. Me and a few other smaller YouTubers like James Nolan and Tom, and hoping to get a few more on board. We're wanting to do like a crap box rally in a way, where we set the budget, whether it's 1.5, 2 grand, we don't know. And you guys choose the challenges and what we've put our cars through. So anyway, I actually found a really good contender for what I think could be a really cool car for this sort of thing. And so I pretty much bought it. It's super cheap, and I'm heading out to go grab it on Wednesday morning. So I am super stoked, and I cannot wait to go pick up this thing. It's gonna be so much fun for the channel. It's gonna be cool. I love it. I'm gonna say it's gonna be cool to not care about a car as much. But I said that about the Skyline as well, and it's gonna annoy me so much if I start caring about this car too much. But it needs a little bit of work to get finished. And as far as euros go, around that 9 grand mark, I think this is going to be the best purchase I have possibly ever made, which I'm super stoked about. But anyway guys, before we get into today's video, once again, we do have a whole heap of merch left on the www.ZacBaldy website. We've got this Barrow of the World top. We also have an R33 Skyline 1, ZBR33, just a whole bunch of stuff. And if Falcons are more your scene, definitely go check out the Falcon tees down there as well as the Barrow of the World tees. There's a whole bunch of stuff there still available at the moment, so if you want to go on there, check that out. I really do appreciate it. And before we jump into today's video, please do leave a like, because that would really honestly help me out. And anything to bump up those algorithm points, that would be absolutely amazing. So yeah, I really do appreciate all you guys for coming around, subscribing, viewing, taking a few minutes out of your time. You guys are all awesome. Now comes the negative part of the video. I don't know how to. I'm gonna stand like this. There we go. It kind of looks like I'm on green screen now. That's sick. That needs work. It's leaking oil. What are we gonna do? We're gonna pull everything apart that we've just put all together. Yay! We're gonna redo that sandwich plate. Let's get straight into it. So we just finished pulling out the filter sandwich plate, and I'll quickly show you exactly what was leaking when I was putting the whole, when we had those issues. If you guys can see, inside these holes right here are full of oil. I just want to quickly try and focus on that. There you go, you guys can see, full of oil right here. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tighten those up. One thing I would really like to do is just get an external oil cooler and be done with it. However, I'm gonna make this work because I didn't really have any massive overheating issues or anything crazy. So yeah, that's sick. So, I got it all out. The only thing I lost is my little rubber piece there, but I'm gonna have to re-get that from somewhere. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to take out all of the little grub screws, as well as the actual cylinder itself, and put some more thread tape over them and tighten them up as tight as it will possibly go without killing them. So, let's do that. Alrighty, so pretty cool little thing that I just found for myself. I'm not quite sure that this is an actual thing or not. So anyone in the comments, if you do know about this sort of stuff, please do let me know. Actually taking out these grub screws and having a look at the threads, there is no thread sealant in there whatsoever. I'm thinking as though when I actually put them in and actually used the thread sealant on them, it dried, and then I didn't run the car for a couple of days, so it would have sat there. And then I didn't exactly fix the leak until like a few days after. So then cracking those bolts probably destroyed that thread sealant, and then it just pushed past once it was all dry and cracked up and just completely bled through, and then there was no thread sealant there. So that's my hypothesis. If I'm completely wrong, then please do let me know in the comments. I am very new to all this sort of stuff. So yeah, I think that's what the issue is. So now I'm going to go ahead and actually clean out those threads, get all the oil off, redo that thread sealant, and then tighten them up as tight as they will go, with also remembering the fact that they are 1/8 MPT, and if I go too hard, I will probably destroy them. So yeah, let's do that. Let's put some more thread sealant on, and we'll get to putting the rest of this back in the car and seeing if it leaks anymore. Alrighty, the sandwich plate is all finished, and I will admit they are a whole lot further down than, even if you went back to my previous video and had a look, they are a lot further down in the actual holes than they ever were. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. Plus the fact that there's also thread tape in there now is going to be a massive help. All I can say is there's definitely thread tape in there. Put a little bit more in the last time, wiped off all the excess that was in there, so we should be sweet on that department. And this one right here was so tight that I literally couldn't get it loose, and it actually looks really good. I don't know how well it's going to focus, but you can actually see those threads in there aren't dirty at all. This was also the part that was sitting up the furthermost from anything else, so yeah, there was no possible oil that could potentially get up there. But yeah, all that thread tape there is all nice and white and not dirty at all, so I'm not too worried about that one there leaking. If it leaks now, I'm gonna have to sort out something different, whether I literally just put the oil filter straight back on and not worry about the pressure gauge for a bit whilst I get either an oil cooler, like an external oil cooler, or I tee it into the factory sender, which is probably something I should have done beforehand, but it's a little bit more sort of work involved in trying to get it done on that, because it'd be all underneath the plenum and all on the block, rather than attaching everything to the sandwich plate and then putting the sandwich plate in and fitting it up with the oil filter. It would just be an absolute nightmare. So anyway, yeah, it's all going back in right now. Gonna set the GoPro back up on a time lapse. Hopefully you guys are liking those GoPro time lapses, by the way. I hope it actually looks good. But yeah, get this back in the car. I got my little O-ring down there, so we can put that back on top. And if this leaks, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna, if this leaks, I'll turbo my new car. Wait, it's already turbo. I'll supercharge it. Maybe I could put it back to NA like it was supposed to be. I don't know, I don't know. Rightio guys, so everything is now back in the car, ready to go. We'll quickly turn it on. The GoPro set up underneath the car so that way I can see if there's any leaks whatsoever on the GoPro. But yeah, it should be sweet. Let's give it a quick little test. Rightio, we'll make sure we are in neutral. Turn over to here, these Defi gauges. Alright, fingers crossed. See if this works. So far so good, this is the longest it's ever run without leaking. It is very loud cold. Alright, we're going for one more little check. And then I'm pretty satisfied we have fixed it. How sick! Woohoo! Only one more oil leak to fix, and then we're all sorted. Rightio, so I'm just going to go for a quick little lap around the block just to make sure everything is all taut. We'll make sure that that gauge is still working. Oil pressure's working, everything's working, beautiful. So I'm just gonna go for a little lap around the block, get some audio clips for you guys because I know how much you love listening to this beautiful little Max Beating Rods Turbo. So much fun. I'm gonna take out this out of my pocket because my tight chair annoys me. All right, let's go for a little bit of a cruise, shall we? One thing a lot of you guys actually asked around when when I was drifting was the fact that I sit so far back from the wheel in this car. And it's actually because of my seat position. I can't actually move the seat any further forward than what it is at the moment. I need to modify the brackets. When I do that, I want to make sure it's also legal, because this is a fake, or I think it's a fake. I'm pretty sure it is a fake bride seat. So therefore it is approved, but I just have to get it I have to get it mod plated. But then also I want to make sure the seat rails are done at the same time, so that way I can just mod plate the whole thing at once. So yeah, I'm going to end up doing that eventually, but at this current point in time, I can't get them sorted just yet. So I want to sit a lot closer to the wheel. Like, trust me, I want to sit at least probably like 1 or 2 inches closer to the wheel. But yeah, we'll sort that out eventually. I still have oil pressure. I've been driving around for about 3 minutes now, just not getting into it. So it seems to be working fine. We're not dumping all the oil, which is nice. So it looks as though we hit that boost threshold on that gauge there, because it went off a little bit. It's that's all. Nothing crazy. Still holding oil, which is nice. This car sounds so freaking cool. Car so much. It's such a cool car. Alrighty. Alright. She's a bit hot, but I'll be able to feel anyway what it's like. I'm guessing it's going to be a little bit too hot to feel anything crazy. Beautiful. Nothing at all. It's exactly what we want. I'm stoked. Alrighty guys, so I'm pretty stoked. The Skyline is now almost oil leak free, which is gonna be sick. Once we get that cam gear, chuck it straight on and we'll be sweet. But yeah, first of all, before we get into anything that we're gonna do a little bit later anyway, I'm not even quite sure what we're gonna be doing later. If you guys have any recommendations or anything you think I should do to the Skyline to just help it reliability wise and everything else as well, please leave it in the comment section down below, because I'm really interested in just making this thing more reliable. Yes, it has just driven back from its first 2 events, but I know there is gonna be stuff that is gonna play up over time, which will need to be addressed, like the radiator, like possibly doing an external oil cooler. Not quite sure. Just let me know in the comments. And also, maybe if you guys have made it this far in the video, or yeah, remember to leave a little smiley face as well. And if you wanted to have a little bit of a guess at what car is coming next on the channel, hopefully coming up this Thursday or Friday, yeah, definitely check out the definitely go and comment what you think the car is. Once again, it's going to be sick. I reckon you guys are going to really enjoy it. It's kind of just like an impulse buy, but I think you guys really like it. So yeah, anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do first today. I'm going to go find out what to do, and then I'll get back with you guys.